Ready, Curt? How about you put the mic to your lips, Curt?
Oh man, getting this.
We're here. We're live, Curt.
Oh, I thought
we're live. The 10 seconds already went past. We're live.
Amateurs, have you done this
Come
before?
on, Curt. Put the mic to your lips.
Hey man, I thought we still on the 10 seconds, man.
Come on, Curt.
But you didn't even introduce the show, man.
It was just, right in. It was a cold open.
Yeah.
I think it's called a cold open in show business.
Tacos with friends, Curt. You know what it is.
Yeah, is that what it's called? I forgot. It's been a while.
Yeah,
Tacos with
it's been a
friends.
while.
Yeah, see, it's
been a
all
while.
that.
It's starting to warm
up.
up.
Waiting on him to do the introductions and everything, you know.
Yeah, looking like it's my fault.
Yeah, trying to make it my fault.
Actually, it is mostly your fault.
No, man. Well, what's on the agenda for today, gentlemen?
So we back.
Yeah, we back. Yeah, it's fine.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
The whole gang is here.
Yeah.
The whole gang is here.
Yeah, Jimmy back.
Yeah,
I'm back.
Jim's here. Kurt's here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
We're a little late. We were going to start a little bit earlier, but
Hey, man.
Kurt's an old man. It's hard to wake those guys up.
The only thing that's missing is Ivan.
Oh, my. You say the only thing is missing is Ivan.
Rest in peace for all you loyal listeners
Oh,
out
my
there.
God.
R.I.P.
I think he died,
You
actually.
said he's the pioneer of the podcast.
I think I heard somewhere he died.
Yeah.
No, y'all tripping, man. Yeah, it is a shame how y'all just took the podcast.
Actually, what's fucked up
and
is
ran with it.
I met someone who knew Ivan, and they mentioned him by the overweight guy
Oh, wow.
who couldn't climb ladders. And I was like, oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah. Shout out to Ivan.
Love you.
Shout out to
Wherever
Ivan.
you're at, buddy.
He out in the mountains, baby.
All right, so breaking news. Trump, 4-5, he's given an executive order, a state of emergency.
What does a state of emergency even mean?
Basically,
Because there was that polar vortex, and they announced a state of emergency.
So from what I'm seeing is, for the wall, he would have to get it passed through Congress and everything to get funded.
Right.
But if he calls a state of emergency, then he doesn't have to go through Congress. He just gets the money and he can start building the wall.
Can he put in like martial law and shit like that too? Can we just listen, guys? I know there's like armed militias, volunteers, if you would say. They call them Minutemen. They station around like the Arizona border and they assist in quotation marks. And I know you said your dog doesn't hump, but
You got a sweet mouth, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jim. I will tell you, Jim. I haven't seen that. Jim, you just got to keep. Yeah, you just got to keep rubbing her, man. Just keep rubbing her. See, yeah, like that. She chills out.
we got jellies here, everybody.
Yeah, she chills out.
But I'm saying, man, like if he puts like in martial law, we can go down there and do our part. If you guys are down.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
I was watching a lot of YouTube videos here before I got here, guys, and there's the crazy people who go out there and they shoot at Mexicans. That's what I was.
I'm pretty sure they do. But the thing is, I will say this: if they are building that wall, I will be on the first plane there to help them build it because I'm pretty sure they're paying good money per hour. Right?
Who are they?
You would think so, right?
I would think that.
I've seen how much this wall is going to cost. I want in on that.
But don't fear. 9 times out of 10, this is going to get caught up in court and everything.
Yeah, dude.
Probably.
That's crazy that it's even going
the
through.
The thing about it, though, it would be easier for him to just say, if you are not an American citizen born in the 50 United States with a birth certificate, just go home. You want to build a wall that can't stop planes. It's still not going to stop people from getting on the plane and coming over here. So you still not blocking any immigration. Being the first,
over the goddamn wall.
and being the first immigrants to come to America, like I said it last year, the Indians should have built the fucking wall.
And he's about to be out of office in 2 years. So what? How long is it going to take to build this wall?
Exactly.
Is it 2018 or 2019?
2019.
In a year.
We're in 2019?
Yes.
It's
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
No, it's like early 2019, and the new president will be in early 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got 2 years of this cocksucker.
Saying all
It's gonna take
non-American
more than 2 years to
born,
build this wall.
no birth certificate have as immigrants back home. If you're not born in the 50 United States with a birth certificate, you're not an American citizen, you need to go home.
Yes.
Period. Don't build a wall.
And
Just get all these motherfuckers out of here.
Sounds like you're starting to describe one of the great movies, The Purge.
But
all right?
hey, man. But that's what he seems like he's going through, right? That's gonna be the next stage. Once the wall gets built and the wall don't work, what's gonna be the next stage?
Let me ask you this, Curt. in the first Purge movie, how many purges were before there? It was successful for a while until it all collapsed.
No. See, they were always purges, but they called them murders. They weren't legalized murders. People have been purging this planet for thousands of years.
Yeah,
they just made it legal for one day. But this country gets purged every fucking day, man.
Yes. We need to be a purge society.
It gets purged every day.
I think we would get a lot of shit done.
Yeah, then that's what I'm saying. Get all these non-American motherfuckers up out of here. See how much shit we can get done.
No, let's explore this. In Georgia, there's these stones. I know you guys watch Ancient Aliens, especially you, Greg. Especially you, Curt. Ancient Aliens. The Georgia guide stones. On these like stones that these motherfuckers like in the early 1900s, they wrote down some weird ancient cult society that in the Earth should be less than 500,000 human beings on all the Earth for it to work. We need to get rid of some people. We need to cull the herd, is what they call it.
Well, see, I don't understand how they can come up with that when there probably wasn't no more than 500,000 people when they wrote that anyway. So I don't understand how they even came up with that.
Earth is being filled up right now. We
so now you want to talk about population control then. So what you want to talk about now?
Well, otherwise we're going to Mars. You want to go to Mars? Who wants to go live on Mars? We can't go west no more.
Hey.
The Earth is populated. It's overflowing. We got to go somewhere. We gotta go to Mars. We either cull the herd, or we start investing in fucking space technology. We start colonizing the moon. We start using the moon as a jumping point to go to Mars. We colonize Mars. We terraform Mars. We go to Jupiter. Maybe we go to Planet X. Let's get out of the galaxy. Let's see what's out there.
But isn't that the reputation of our country? We just steal shit.
Man.
I think it's humans.
This is like a country like our country is built on.
No, I don't think. I don't think it's our country in general. Like we're talking about this cyclical thousands of years shit. Back in the day, Roman Empire. It's whoever's the most powerful. I don't think it's an American thing. I think it's a human being.
Yeah, it's a human being thing.
It's whoever's most powerful is the one who controls everything.
Yeah, survival, land, and religion are the three things that separate people, and the three things that take things away. So that's what he's talking about.
I like that. Survival, land, and religion.
So
you dropping knowledge?
Oh man,
you know, wisdom, bro. Like mark the time. Make sure we put that on the
list. Man, you know the knowledge gets dropped. Ding,
but real quick, so two things about this wall. If the wall is built, obviously, you know, people can't come in, but can we get in?
I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole.
What if Mexico built a wall to keep us out?
What if this is all a ploy for Mexico to keep these Americans?
I saw someone wanted El Chapo to pay for it or some shit. But yeah, what if Mexico was like, no, actually, we're gonna build a wall to keep you guys. We don't want you.
And another thing that I saw was that if the wall is built, some people are going to be losing their land because the wall is going to be taking their property.
Yeah, get relocated and shit.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So and the
voted for Trump. Too.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Sorry.
That was
dog yelp.
That was a dog getting stepped on.
That was a dog yelp.
Calling it.
Yeah, they're gonna be taking all that land and relocating, but like you said, that's who they voted for, man.
Yeah. So it's like, and I have been seeing that now. They have like interviews with people that voted for 4 or 5, and they're like, man, I trusted you, and you're fucking me over. Especially the people that
Coulter has turned on him.
Especially the people like during that the government shutdown. All these people, missing checks and shit. And it's like, damn, man, I voted for you, and you're shutting down the government. Really, just to prove a point. And that's the whole reason with this executive order, with this national emergency.
It's just a flex, yeah.
They've passed the bill so there isn't a second government shutdown.
Okay.
And basically, I guess the funding that Trump wanted for the border patrol at first that he turned down, which started the shutdown, they're giving him less than that.
He settled for less.
Right. So he's like, I'm going to sign this bill, but then I'm going to make a national emergency so I can get however or something. And of course, we're paying for it.
That $8 billion could go into space exploration. And come on, guys. We need to expand our brains.
That could go into feeding the homeless.
Man,
first of all, it's a flat Earth anyway. Let's be honest. All right. But Mars could very well be out there. We could very easily colonize $8 billion,
Mars
bro.
becomes overpopulated, then what? Because moving to Mars ain't going to stop people from not having babies. Because unless you don't do a population control of some sort, it's going to be the same thing.
Right.
You just going to go to Mars fucking
But how?
Because ain't gonna be nothing else to do.
Out there, fucking green aliens.
That's all you're gonna be fucking.
Just
That's
busting
it.
unfeathered loads on
That's
your
it.
partner.
That's it.
What
else can you do?
Mixed breed
start
alien
over.
human babies.
Start over what?
It took us this long, so I mean, Mars. Let
Then
it go with the
then
cycle.
what? Then you go from Mars
Then
to
you go
what?
to
To the
Jupiter.
moon.
Have
then
you guys
go
ever
to Saturn,
seen-
to the planet? You go
You
to
guys
the
ever
sun?
seen the movie The Martian with Matt
Matt
Damon?
Damon.
Yeah, Matt Damon.
Yeah,
I
and
love
he
Matt Damon.
went and he basically started. He could have stayed up there.
Or another one, because listen, guys, I'm getting really into
by
space
himself.
shit recently. Interstellar, again to Matt Damon, who's also in Interstellar. You think he might be the same guy? He also kind of found a planet that wasn't shit. And we go back to this survival fucking thing. He called all these fucking people out to this planet that wasn't shit just to save himself. Human beings suck, dude. We can't be fucking going and spreading around. We got to cull the herd, or we got to go out there and we got to colonize Mars, get that bitch going, and go, bro.
I'm telling you, man,
We got to do it before it's too late.
That's
Otherwise, everything's
that's
gonna turn
still
to
a terrible
dust.
plan,
It's
man.
have you guys? I know you, Jim. I know you saying that
I've seen
the
it.
movie on Netflix, the movie that swept the world by storm.
Bandersnatch?
Bird Box.
Bird Box.
Yes, Bird Box with Sandra Bullock in it.
I have not seen Bird Box.
You have not seen Bird Box.
I haven't-
It's basically a quiet place, bro. I've seen a quiet
Yes,
place.
it is. But the thing is,
the
the
opposite,
difference.
though.
The difference with a quiet place is there was only those characters.
Yeah.
In Bird Box, spoiler alert, they're like the people who have mental issues. They can walk around without the blindfold on.
Dude.
So they're going around trying to make people look outside.
Like,
And
what's
that
wrong with you? Are you
and that just lets
okay?
you know how fucked up people are. But then another thing that lets you know just how stupid we are as a race, a human race, is that there were actual people in their normal lives putting blindfolds on their face and
Oh, yeah, they're
driving
dumb.
their car.
Yeah, oh yeah,
You
we're
know?
done.
We're just
Yeah.
stupid.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
natural selection. Is that what Darwin calls it?
Yeah, these idiots doing the Bird Box challenge is
Right.
what they was calling it.
Right, yeah.
Tide
Yeah.
Pod challenge.
Ridiculous, man. These people just that's crazy how you gotta put a disclosure on life like that, man. You's that stupid that you gonna go around driving with blindfolds on, walking around with blindfolds on.
It's kind of like
This is a scripted
that's our
television show,
society.
people.
Everything's kind of just trend and kind of just that social, like the hive mind. Every one person picks up on it and it becomes like
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
next thing you know, you're eating Tide Pods and choking on your own fucking blood.
Brainwashing is probably, I guess, at an all-time high, man. And it don't take that much anymore. You don't have to be hypnotized or nothing to be brainwashed, apparently, these days, man. You just, enough idiots follow it, enough idiots will follow them, man. That's what it seems. Huh?
Well,
Blame the internet.
everything on the internet, they know how to market to you. Anything on
Yeah,
Instagram, they know what you want. Like Google and all that stuff. Like it learns what your actions are, and every time you go on your phone and everything, it knows what you do.
So let me say this.
It knows what
Now,
to give you.
With the internet,
what you want.
the internet is filled with knowledge, right? You could get knowledge in seconds.
Dude,
And
you have the world's knowledge at your fingertips.
so would you say that with all of this knowledge that we have now, we've actually gotten stupider?
yeah,
Yeah.
That's a word.
because we don't think for
Yes.
ourselves. Everything,
Yeah,
we can just
yeah,
Google
I
it.
agree with
We
you
can take
100%.
other
Yeah,
people's
exactly.
opinions.
You become a smart dummy. You rely on this technology to do all your thinking
That's
to
a
the
good
point where
point,
you
by the way,
stop
Rick.
thinking. You a smart dummy.
Because it's like when I was in school, when I had like homework to do, I had to actually crack open the book,
Right.
and
Right.
study.
And
But
think.
you see, I have this echo thing right here.
I just talk to it.
I can ask this thing for answers to math problems.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, exactly. Like, I wonder how it is for kids these days. Can you just Google and the answers even
yeah,
then?
you can.
And that's the thing. You see a lot of people just parroting other people's opinions that you watch on YouTube. It's like they'll just
Right.
repeat what
You
they
can
saw.
steal papers, like papers that you have to write. You can
Right.
just go in there like, a paper for this
Yeah.
subject. You can
I
find it, copy that shit.
Exactly.
I think we all fall into that. Yeah, it's just a symptom of society now.
Right,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what
that's how
society
it
is.
is,
Like
yeah.
how now everybody is so sensitive now.
Right,
It's a big sensitive thing now. And talking about sensitivity,
Recreational outrage.
and speaking of sensitivity, Jim, I'm not sure because I've talked to me like the Lost episode.
Ooh, rest in peace.
We spoke about Jesse from Empire.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He plays the
They
gay
just
son.
came out
I
with
keep
something about
telling
that
you,
today.
we're gonna have this discussion again. He's not playing gay. He is gay. You
But
can't play what you are. He is gay.
Kurt.
He is
Kurt-
actually a
Kurt-
gay
Kurt-
man
Kurt-
living
Kurt-
with. His character is gay because he's
Kurt.
actually gay.
No,
he's
Kurt.
not playing gay.
No,
I don't know if
Kurt.
gay.
He's not a straight man playing a gay man.
It depends if you subscribe
He's
to
not
if gay's
Doogie
real.
Howser.
I don't know if gay's real.
He's not Doogie Howser
It's a
who's
mental
gay but
condition.
plays straight.
No, Kurt.
He's not Neil Patrick
Now,
Harris.
Kurt, I'll admit, I have not seen Empire in many moons. But the last time I saw it,
the fact that there's a gay guy on it might be
Alicia
part of it.
Keys was on there, and he was trying to have relations with Alicia Keys, so that would make him actually a bisexual.
Bisexual. You're welcome.
So he's a gay man playing a bisexual man on television.
How about now? How about
Like
that?
how Kurt,
How about
I
that was
am not a doctor in real life, but I do play one on television.
Yes.
You gonna play one on television? Right. So you pretended to pretend to pretend.
So the big thing that came out was just say he came out and he said that, you know, when he was walking the mean streets of Chicago, I guess he said he was going to a Subway
At
to
2
get a
a.m.
nice tuna and a salad, and he was attacked. 2 men attacked him, put a rope around his neck, poured bleach on him, beat him up, and he escaped. No, actually, he said they ran away, and they said this is MAGA country, and they escaped into the night. And then he, you know, heroically limped back to his home, and he caught the cops.
Right.
Now, Kurt, and when this first kind of came up, remember I said, Kurt, it sounds a little fishy.
Right.
It sounds like it was written in the. It sounds like a scene from Empire.
Right. Exactly. It sounds like a really good fucking movie or a TV show.
Yeah. Right.
And it's really juicy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like All My Children,
Right.
Young and the Restless,
Right.
or Days of Our Lives.
One Life to Live.
Really juicy. But as the weeks went on, the story started kind of change a little bit. So came to interview him after the attack. He told the cops, "Hey, could you turn your body cams off when you're in my home?" Okay, that's fine. Then it turned out, another story came out that said when he was actually coming back home, he still had the rope around his neck.
Just walk on it.
I don't know if I've got beat up and somebody put a rope around my neck, force.
Right.
Force.
You want someone to see it
I'm
if you're
going
doing
to
it.
take that.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it off.
If you're walking with, you want it to be seen.
And then there was also the thing of saying that he had broken ribs.
Ooh.
Okay, fine. But then once the story started coming out, it turned out that his ribs actually weren't broken at all.
There's pictures of him lifting boxes
Right.
over his head very well.
And then recently this week,
I don't know about that.
it came out that they said that
That's made that up.
the police asked him for his phone records because he said that his manager was on the phone with him during the attack.
The whole time.
Yeah, but he didn't want to give the police the phone records.
Ooh.
And when he
What are we
did
hiding?
give them phone records, he actually removed certain people in the in the records.
Oh,
This is some fishy shit. This
Right.
is juicy.
He's
This is
redacting
This is
information.
like the best episode of Empire.
I'm just saying.
Right.
Can we make this?
Now, so I think just last night, it came out that the two people who they're saying did attack him were actors on Empire.
That's what I was telling him. 2 Nigerian brothers.
Yes.
Hey, man. Again, I had got to the point where, like I had told you, was it a domestic violence dispute, and he was trying to make all this shit up instead of asking for
So
help.
I've heard two different stories now.
That's
Kurt,
what I was
Kurt, you know me. I keep my ear to the streets.
Right.
So I've heard two stories. Story number one was that they're going to kill his character off of Empire. So he made this big thing up. So it kind of forces the producers and everybody on Empire to not want to kill his character off.
Yeah.
Because he's gone through this traumatizing thing. He's out here doing interviews on Good Morning America and everything. So how can you kill his character off when he's the hottest thing on the show right now?
Right.
And you can't kill off the hottest thing in your show.
He's already dealing with being gay. He's got to deal with not being fired.
Right. Like this guy just went through a hate crime,
Just went through a hate crime.
and now you're firing him.
He caught the gay as a child. He's been attacked for catching the gay. And now he's getting fired for being the gay.
Oh my god! So he caught the gay.
Next thing you know, they're going to be
He out
turning
the
our frogs
backyard
gay.
catching the gay. What's going on with
It's
it?
kind of like Bird Box, where you take the blindfold off and you catch the gay.
Yeah, catch the gay.
So then the second story is that one of the guys that attacked him was actually his lover, and they got into a squabble, and they beat him up because of the I guess the argument.
What? I wonder, what do gay guys argue about?
I don't know.
Well, you never know. Well, okay, I will say this. I would think that gay guys argue about the same thing that, heterosexual people.
Heterosexual friends or heterosexual lovers?
Couples. Like, why were you looking at that guy's bulging pants?
Interesting.
Why were you holding that man's hand so long? What did you mean when you said his feet were big? What does that mean?
I just figured like two dudes would get in like a sports argument and just would never talk. Like I would get in like an argument if I had a gay couple or if I had a gay partner. I feel like we would talk about sports a lot, and like if we had some disagreements on like LeBron or like Michael, who's better, I might get into some disagreements and we might throw fisticuffs.
Arguing about vegetables, like, hey man, why are you picking that vegetable?
That's a weird vegetable. Since when do you like cucumbers?
Who's gonna be the top and who's gonna be the bottom? That's gonna be the most
power bottom.
Yeah, that's who's gonna be the power bottom? Who's gonna be the top?
Jesus.
That's where all the argument come from. I was the bottom yesterday. I don't want to be the bottom today. Exactly.
Like, who knows? So, just from this story, now I'm not going to say that he is lying, but the story is a little fishy.
Yeah, well,
I'm not sure about it. And then, Curt, what we were talking about was if it turns out that this whole story is made up, will he go to jail?
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because people go to jail all the time for like falsifying kidnappings and stuff.
They falsifying information or go
it's
jail
called
for
it's
falsifying police reports
because it's misusing fucking like emergency services.
Yeah, appropriated funds or whatever.
A lot of times, like because that happens like when people fake being kidnapped or shit like that for attention. Because then you got to pay for all like the search efforts and shit. They make you reimburse like the government.
So I have a question for you now. Now we're about to get really deep now. Shouldn't a person that falsely accused someone of rape get jail time?
Do they? I would hope so.
Well, yeah, they should.
From the stories that I have seen, most of the time, when it's not when women falsely, like you've heard the stories of women accusing men of rape and all this thing, and nothing happens.
Right.
It's just like the guy doesn't go to jail, but when you like, especially in the era that we're in now.
Exactly.
If rape even touches your name,
dude.
you're done.
Yeah.
Unless you're Robert Kelly.
Oh well, he's almost there. He's almost done.
Who's Robert Kelly?
He's almost done.
R. Kelly.
Oh, R. Kelly.
He's about to be taken out of. He's almost done.
Yeah, he's kind of like the kingpin. He's untouchable.
Yeah, but yeah, that's. I always had that opinion because you ruin a person's name. Number one, their reputation, and the character. You're accusing them of this heinous crime, but you don't receive any punishment for you doing all this lying. I've always felt like that. This is why I also believe the death penalty should also be reinstated because motherfuckers out here killing people, shooting up babies for no fucking apparent reason.
We got motherfuckers out
here.
Yet
they don't have any retribution. They can do the bid. They do their 10-15. They know they're not going to die in jail though.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. But
see, the thing is though, I mean, the death penalty though, that could be an easy out. Also, I like where you're going with this, Curt. The death penalty for false rapes and like false accusing people for raping you. I like where you're going with that.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're gonna false accuse me for being raped, prepare for the death penalty.
Yeah.
Now, so the only thing about doing that is that let's say the guy actually did rape her, but somehow he has like a outstanding legal team and he gets off. Now a person who actually was raped is now about to get the death penalty.
About to get hung. But how do we kill him? Firing squad,
like
injection,
chop
their heads.
Ned Stark style.
Let the dogs out.
Right, yeah. But
like
put his head on the pike.
Yeah, right.
But that's been going on for years, man. These mobs with this, like I said, you blame the judicial system, man. So, they let the money blind them,
Quick example. So earlier this year, like October-ish, like in the beginning of the basketball season, Derrick Rose was on a tear. He scored 50 points in the game, and that's the
on
most.
Halloween.
Yeah, and that's the most. Like that's probably the most coverage Derrick Rose has gotten in years.
Right.
But the thing was, instead of talking about the game and how he's making a comeback, a lot of networks, specifically like ESPN, they specifically wanted to put out there that Derrick Rose was accused of rape, even though he was proven innocent.
Yeah.
Of not raping this woman. Even though the woman's friends even stated that this woman said that she was going to make up a story to get money from him.
Didn't she got like trained on, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember
She was
talking about
accusing
that.
him and his friends of raping her.
Going on it.
Right.
Yeah.
And
he was like, but she was cool with it. I remember him
Right.
coming up.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, he was, and the whole thing is the big thing that people are coming out was, I guess, during the court, when he was in court, Derrick Rose said he didn't know what the word consent meant. He didn't know what it meant. Yeah. And then of course it kind of came out that they were kind of like some freaky deaky shit, and like dildos and all types of weird shit, and but she was down with the get down, and she actually wasn't like trying to get him thrown in jail. She was actually just suing him for money.
Extort him,
for money.
Yeah, she did it on purpose. Yeah,
right. But then it turned
they
out
all do.
Then it turned out that he was innocent.
Right.
But even after the fact, that story still followed him.
Yeah, no
Right,
matter
it's
what.
still gonna follow.
And for the rest of his life,
He's always going to
it's
be
still
an
gonna follow him.
accused
Right.
rapist.
Right. Even like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, I think a couple years ago, won an Oscar for a documentary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
After he won the Oscar, they
People
bring
were
up
outraged that they let him make a
rape.
speech and shit.
Exactly.
Right.
They bring up the rape case. Now, even though Kobe Bryant did settle out of court on that. So I don't know if that makes a difference or anything, but it's still the fact is that in the court of public, opinion,
of course.
if you are accused of rape of any kind, you're guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Life.
Yeah.
That's how it is now, especially.
Unless you're Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, dude. That guy is fucking blackballed out.
Who's still out here, living his best life right
Exactly.
now while Bill Cosby is blind in jail.
Exactly.
Bill Cosby said he's loving prison.
Yeah, look, let me tell you. And as fucked up as it is, I do believe Bill Cosby did rape them women. Some, not all of them.
Yeah,
some.
yeah.
I do believe it because I don't believe that 60 or 70 women are going to come with the same story.
Yeah,
all of them are lying. So I do believe he did it. But the thing is, you got to remember, this is Bill fucking Cosby.
It's a different time.
Right. A lot of guys in jail are low lives. So, shoot, man, Bill Cosby's probably in there, he's getting all the jello he wants.
Right.
He's getting first dibs on the ramen noodles.
Telling stories.
You know what I mean? Like he's doing great. Like he's probably doing stand up and shit.
Convicts say the darndest things.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Bill Cosby's like, hey, give me a little chair here. I'm gonna sit on my chair. I'm gonna tell you guys some jokes.
Yeah, teaching classes, all that.
Like Bill Cosby's living great.
Yeah,
But
Dr. Cosby.
then you have this other thing where we were talking about R. Kelly R. Kelly had this big documentary come out about him, Surviving R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And R. Kelly is now like he's as big as he's been in years. R. Kelly's sales are going up on his records.
Yeah, right.
R. Kelly's going on tour in different countries.
Yeah.
Like R. Kelly he's going to I forgot the country, but the ticket sales were so good they had to give him a bigger arena to fit more people in it.
Oh,
Jesus.
wow.
That's how popular R. Kelly.
Join the cult of R. Kelly.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, man.
I'd be down.
That's what I told you. Like I said, man, the music, man, you can't dispute the music, man. The man is a great musician. Like I said, you question, like I said, why he got a massage table in the studio, but he's making hits, man.
Whatever you got to do to make those hits, man.
Whatever you got to do to make them hits.
He knows
man.
what you got to do.
You did, but I'm just be honest with you though. His concerts are terrible. So
you've been to R. Kelly concert?
Yeah, I've been to an R. Kelly concert, and I was very disappointed.
Which generation of R. Kelly was this? Was this the
this
bump and grind R. Kelly?
No, this was when he did. This was
Fiesta R. Kelly.
After Fiesta, this is the
Step in the Name of Love R. Kelly.
Name of Love R.
Ooh,
Kelly.
man, Curt, you're a bold one. That's after rape charge R. Kelly. You're a bold.
Really?
You're a bold person.
You knew what you were getting into.
Yeah, Curt, you knew the kind of person he was.
I know that concert was gonna be terrible though. That had nothing to do with the concert though. But yeah, What is going on with the music track? You got going on with the music track? Yeah,
You're bold, Curt.
Hey man,
Bold move.
yeah, I see.
You're bold.
Yeah, I see you pumping it up.
You're bold. So, quick story. I remember when I was in high school. This is like when I was in 8th grade. That's when the R. Kelly allegations came out.
Okay.
And obviously, if you were from the city and you were around, you knew R. Kelly was in some freak nasty shit. It wasn't a secret.
And it came out on
Everybody
Chappelle Show.
knew
I
about
learned it from Chappelle Show.
Right.
Well, before the Chappelle Show, I knew. Everybody knew R. Kelly was a weirdo.
Right.
Everybody knew somebody that had a connection to R. Kelly, where R. Kelly was into some weird shit.
Really?
Like R. Kelly was famous for hanging around the Rock and Roll McDonald's. And R. Kelly would go to different, R. Kelly would hang around schools.
Right.
R. Kelly would play basketball at gymnasiums.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break real quick. We'll be right back. And we're back.
Woo.
Yeah.
We went for a run around the block.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how it goes. You know how we do it.
Yeah.
Man, Greg's on point today.
Exactly. Stepped up the
Boom.
game. Stepped up
With
the
the thing.
podcast game,
So
baby.
we're back. All right.
back,
So
baby.
Ivan who?
right. So I think I left off on R. Kelly, and I was telling a story about when I was in 8th grade and how we knew that R. Kelly was a creep. Now, I also remember that when I was in 8th grade, R. Kelly's music was incredible. When R. Kelly's back was against the wall, he was like Jordan in the fourth quarter. He was clutch.
He's good.
R. Kelly was clutch.
That's
He came out with the best music. And I specifically remember my freshman year of high school, we watched Trapped in the Closet in an English class.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I remember Trapped in the
Remember Trapped in
Closet.
the Closet?
I remember that. I remember like when each one would come out and people were like hyped about it.
Yes.
Right.
And it was like a real big thing.
And I think at the end,
and then eventually
Midget
there was
got
like
in there.
37 of them and there was no more hype.
Yeah. Damn, R. Kelly. Now, are you guys familiar with Kamala Harris?
Who?
Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris.
Yes.
No.
She's running for president. Well, she's going to try to run for president. She's put her name to be the Democratic nominee.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, a big thing that kind of came out with her in the news this week is she was on a radio show, and they were how they ask the nominees questions to kind of see if they're really down for the cause. Asking her, have you ever smoked weed? How many dicks have you had in you at one time?
Really?
Normal questions.
Did they really ask that?
Not that.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
But they did ask her if she smoked weed. And she said, yeah, of course I smoked weed. And the big thing with Bill Clinton was Bill Clinton said, yeah, I smoked weed, but I didn't inhale.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris, she said, you know what? I smoked weed and I did inhale.
And I held it.
She took it up a notch. And then she said that, when I was smoking weed, I was listening to Tupac and Snoop Dogg and everything. And everybody in the studio, they're like, oh, okay. So now they think, she's one of us. She's down. She's down for the get down. She's going to get votes now. And let me point out that this is a black woman. Now, it came out that Kamala Harris graduated from college in 1986. Tupac and Snoop Dogg didn't even have any music out.
She lied the whole time.
During this time period. So
she's from.
It would basically be, unless she had a souped up DeLorean,
which were things back then.
That's the only way.
But did she specifically say this was during college?
Yes.
She said, I only smoked
during
in
college. She tried weed.
Maybe she went back. Do we got her full fucking education? People go back to school all the time. All right. People get certifications. Maybe she was doing it during her certification class. That's all I'm saying. Kurt, what you got on this? There's no Tupac.
Because I don't know. Because maybe she got her timeline off. I get confused about my timeline.
Do you have more respect for someone once they say they smoke weed?
Well, yeah, it's best now, man. Like I said, just go ahead and be honest with it. Like I said, I have no respect for people who say shit didn't apologize for it. Ooh. I have no respect, zero respect.
Hell yeah.
But if you're gonna say it, you smoke weed. Say you smoke weed, man. People acting like weed is a detriment to your life, man. Again, society was built on smoking weed, smoking Mary Jane, smoking cannabis. You know,
Chronic.
One of the long lost stories is how George Washington used to smoke weed every day.
Exactly. That's why he had wooden teeth.
Exactly.
His motherfucking teeth was rotting out.
Wait a minute,
He had
what?
wooden
You're
teeth.
welcome.
What you talking about?
Kurt, do me a favor. Explain to me what the fuck wooden teeth are.
He had wooden teeth. He had teeth
George
of wood.
Washington had wooden teeth. He had false teeth. The first false teeth were made out of wood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, dude, he was a groundbreaker,
What you talking about,
pioneer.
man?
So let me ask you a question.
He had a grill before the grill.
Quick question about these wooden teeth. Could you get a splinter in your tongue then?
That's
Or
the
did
thing.
he
I
have
don't know,
tongue
man.
cuts?
Why do you think we don't have wooden teeth anymore?
I don't know, man.
Because shit like that, and that's why he was so brave. He was a pioneer. He went through all this shit. He smoked weed to deal with the pain of getting his tongue pierced all the time. He
Or-
went through all these things to build America.
What?
And no one remembers this thing.
Maybe his teeth fell out because he was fucking sheep.
Hey,
Dude, that's what they say.
You know, that's
The
what
more-
they say.
Little known fact.
Little known fact, that's how the STDs got here.
but I would definitely in today's times. Just be honest, man. If you smoke marijuana, shit, we know we do it. We all do it.
Sorry,
shit,
Kurt,
you know.
Kurt. Can you repeat that for me one more time?
In today's time, I will respect the fact if you state you smoke marijuana.
Marijuana
Okay.
shit.
Okay, Kurt. I swear I thought you said marijuana. I'm
I
sorry.
probably said marijuana. I
Kurt,
probably
you
did.
smoking the marijuana?
Yeah,
You weren't
I
late
probably-
coming.
On the way, yeah.
No, I was drinking the Smirnoff. I wasn't smoking the marijuana.
Kurt, really? Kurt, you're a grown man. Why are you drinking Smirnoff?
Hey, man, you know.
I had Smirnoff last night too, but it was
Just,
overpriced
you
at a
know,
Blackhawks
just-
game.
No, let me tell you.
Refreshing,
The moment
yeah.
that we stopped doing podcasts, I haven't had a sip of liquor. So
Really?
yeah, you guys are such a bad influence.
Ever since I've been playing Red Dead, I've been drinking whiskey. I don't drink vodka no more. I shaved my mustache off last week, but I used to have a really big, nice thick
Really?
mustache too. Ever since I've been playing Red Dead,
see you, man.
bought a cowboy hat. I know you see that vest I got right now.
nice flavor saver.
Hell yeah, dude. Ooh, dude, my lady
I
loved it.
respect you.
Hey, so what was this you talking about with this Gucci thing, man?
Gucci,
Okay.
the brand of kings. So, I think it was last week or earlier this week. Gucci put out a shirt. It's like a turtleneck. Some would say.
I like turtlenecks.
Yes. Let me see if I could get this this picture pulled up
that's
for
the
you.
one you talking make the look like you blackface or something or what? Yeah,
Yes.
show me the picture. Yeah,
Yes, I'm gonna pull up the picture
Ooh,
for
I'm
you,
so excited.
so you can just so you can see what it looks like.
I'm sure it's very reasonable.
Oh, yeah. Got the red
hell yeah,
lips
what's
and
wrong with
everything.
Well, Jim,
Is that wait, let me look closer.
Make you look like you
Oh, come on.
portrayed as a black Sambo with the big red lips.
yeah.
No, it's so you could stay warm. We were just talking about.
But it didn't have to have all that
Yeah,
detail
Jim,
on it.
if
though.
it was
It's
just
so you
all
know-
black.
It's so you know that you're not robbing a bank.
No,
Because listen, people can put those masks on all the time. And listen, I have one at work. I try and put that little half mask on.
No.
I can't sip my
That's not
McDonald's.
gonna- that's
I
not
can't.
gonna
This
send
this chick's trying. This chick's trying to sip her Starbucks.
That looks
She
like
can't
bank
sip
robbery.
Starbucks.
That looks like bank robbery all day. You put that
No,
on
dude.
bank
You
robbery
put
all
some
day.
false lips around there. And next thing you know, what they're thinking is it's going to be non-threatening. She's not robbing a bank. She's going to a Halloween. That's a human woman.
So this is what I'll say. Do I blame this woman that's in this stupid looking shirt? No, I do not blame her.
woman, no.
Do I blame the people in Gucci who, for one,
What
there is
if
a
the-
rapper
what if-
named Gucci Mane?
What if the model was black though? And what if can a black?
Oh,
person-
she was still get it.
Worse.
Yeah.
Worse.
And well, now, if it was a black woman, then I would blame the black woman for wearing that because she should know better.
She should know
She should
better.
know better. So, because that's the thing with black people, we don't
think
get
we're
days
missing-
off.
I
No
think-
days off. We got to be on point all times.
Listen, I think we're missing the ingenuity of this design.
We-
Right?
you know what?
How many
We're
times
missing
have
the
you worn a
ingenuity, yeah.
balaclava? It's
Right.
cold out, guys. It's
Yeah,
winter.
I understand
it's
that.
The polar vortex.
It's not,
That's a
it's
real
not,
thing.
It's not the way it's made. It's what's just put on it. That
Okay.
That
Look,
red,
stop.
those red
As
lips
a
don't need to
society,
be on
we
there,
focus
man.
on the negatives too much, guys.
You know?
All right, let's focus on the positives.
man.
All right, we could sip our Starbucks without messing up our
Now,
shirts
Jim,
now.
I can
Wait
almost
a
go
minute,
with you
man.
on
That's
that.
not what that is. That doesn't have a hole in
Yes,
it.
it does. It has a hole.
It has a mouth hole.
It has mouth hole. That's so you could sip your fucking drinks.
Oh.
Oh, see, it's kind of cool now, right?
Oh,
I'm
well,
trying-
that might be something different. man.
Okay.
Now,
Thank
look,
you.
I would be with that if
If you had that red on
nothing,
there, though.
it's not covering her ears. So she's still going to catch a head cold. Now, remember, they did have
ghost in the house, Jim.
they did have a hoodie where where like Curt, I'm pretty sure you've had one. It was one of those hoodies that zipped up all the way, and it had the the eye holes in it.
Right, it was like a skull mask.
Right. Yeah. If it was something like that, perfect. But this thing right here, what the fuck were you think? Like, for one, it's not even a fashionable shirt.
It's a faux pas. Okay, guys.
This is for one, it's an ugly
Put it in the L column.
It's an ugly shirt, and they should have consulted Gucci Mane before putting this out.
They should have. It's his name. It's his name on
It's
the
his
brand.
name. It's his company. You should consult him first. Come on. There's how many rappers purchase Gucci? You couldn't call up one and be like, "Hey, is this a good idea? Is this a good idea right here?" That's funny. I don't know. So that's a big thing, Curt. Is that so? And then what has come out of this is, a literate boxer, Floyd Mayweather.
Ooh, he's just punchy.
He came out and he said, "You know what? I'm wearing my Gucci. Fuck what you haters think. Ooh. I'm doing what I want to do. I have the money to buy it. I'm gonna buy it." Right. Now
he's got fuck you money.
Rapper T.I. has came out and said that Floyd Mayweather is a sellout and he doesn't care about his community. And T.I. put out a diss song about Floyd Mayweather.
Oh,
and it's actually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think Floyd Mayweather has so much money that it does. I don't think it matters.
Exactly, right. And that's what I was saying.
I don't
is
think
that Floyd Mayweather has so much money that he's like, you know what? I don't have to follow you guys.
I don't need friends. I could pay. I've bought several dozen of those.
Floyd Mayweather put out a statement that, and like I said, Floyd Mayweather is illiterate. I'm pretty sure he didn't write this statement himself.
He just talked to
I'm pretty sure he didn't even talk it. I'm pretty sure he just kind of gave context clues.
Yeah, he's like, I want it to be like this.
Where Floyd Mayweather said that now in the society that we're in, there's always an outrage every few months. There's always a boycott this, boycott that.
It's called this. I agree.
And I'm with it. And
recreational
my
outrage.
friend, here's what I said is, if you have the money to where you want to buy something, if no matter if they're assholes or not, like maybe a couple weeks ago, it came out that the father of the owner of the Chicago Cubs was sending out racist emails.
Yeah.
I'm a Cubs fan. I'm still going to watch the Cubs games.
Right.
I'm not boycotting my Cubs. If they said that McDonald's had crack in the food, I'm not boycotting McDonald's because I've been eating it for 30 years. I can't give it up now.
I can't give crack
I'm addicted to it. So I could get where Floyd Mayweather is coming from, but I can also get where T.I. is coming from and saying that, you know what? Hey, you should have more pride in yourself. Boycott this for the people, that are supporting you. So I get it. So I'm right in the middle on this. But what I will say is, Gucci, if you're going to put up a shirt that is on the borderline where it could kind of make people wonder, at least make it a little bit more fashionable. This is just a fucking black shirt with red around the lips.
That's all it is.
Does the shirt come in other colors? Or is it only in black?
It's a black extended turtleneck with a cutout and red around the lips.
What they should have did, they should have did a white one with black lips, and then it could have been like a Marilyn Manson shirt.
Ooh, see, dude, we're brainstorming here.
A goth,
We're doing good.
Hey, Gucci, hit me up.
Hey,
I got a lot of ideas.
Floyd Mayweather, I'm on Floyd's side. Just because I don't subscribe to your fucking boycotts doesn't mean I'm a bad guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because I don't believe what you believe doesn't mean I'm the bad guy.
Illiterate boxer, Floyd Mayweather.
Hey, if he's illiterate, we have evidence of him being illiterate.
Yes. He, Floyd Mayweather is illiterate. He can't really read or write very well.
Oh, well.
I'm not knocking him for it.
He's just punchy. He's been hitting the head a lot.
Yeah, like I've always said, if you choose to be a boxer for your profession, probably there was something already wrong.
Yeah, right.
From the get-go.
Right.
That's about all you got.
Yeah. As long as he got the brain capacity to count $100 bills, I guess he'll be all right.
Dude, you don't even.
All he needs the capacity to count $100 bills. He'll be okay.
Have you guys heard the story of Liam Neeson's?
Yeah,
famed actor from the movies
I've
Taken.
heard no one likes him for some reason.
Liam Neeson stated that someone that he knows was raped by an African American.
Yeah. Per what she said, but not what he witnessed.
And what Liam Neeson said was, after that attack, he was going out in the streets looking for any black man to kill.
Yeah.
Now,
well, he wasn't African American because they weren't in America; they was in England.
Okay, English, African English.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, African British.
What if he was from
Black
Haiti?
Ireland, Black Irish,
African Haitian English.
I guess so. I don't know.
Only black people come from Africa?
The thing is, Liam Neeson, I get where you're coming from.
Right.
I get it. You know, you're angry at the world.
Well, it's like, what if a
But
redhead,
again-
what if a redhead smashed or like a redhead cut your tires and slashed your tires?
Whatever, man. You only
I
go
go
about
kill
what they told you.
the closest
You only
redhead.
telling me it's a redhead because you telling me it's a redhead. She only told him it's a black. He doesn't know.
I don't
That's
know
the
the
black
story. I
man
don't know the
has
story.
been put on that earth for somebody's blame for hundreds of years, man. She could have just said a black man. He would have been. I'm giving him a. And the first thing, it could have been her fucking brother for all he knew.
Right.
They raped her, but she gonna say it was a black man. And that's been like that for years. That's been the white woman's go-to for thousands of years.
You're giving Liam Neeson a pass and not your favorite actor of all time, Mel Gibson?
But you gotta think though.
No, because
you get
the
emotional.
words that came from his mouth were actually of anger. The words that came from Liam Neeson was through concern from his friend.
Thank
It's
you.
two different things.
See, that's the thing. You gotta look at it from his point of view.
Right.
I'm a cat guy. When my cat got out, my cat ran away last year, and he got his ass beat up by a half-eyed cat. I got out there and I heard some screaming, and he was pinned down, and there was an alley cat that had half an eye, and he got his ass kicked by a fucking half-eyed cat of all fucking things. Guess what? Every time I was driving down my alley and I saw that half-eyed cat, I accelerated. I love cats. I would never hurt a cat, but this cat hurt my guy.
So
I wanted to kill it.
So, Jim.
The first cat I saw, I'd run that bitch over.
So, Jim, same analogy though. So let's say, so you said that your cat was attacked by this half-eyed cat. Now,
first of all, it's not a good
if
look
we're
at my
going
guy.
it by Liam Neeson style, Liam Neeson is saying that you're out here, you're fucking 80 miles from your house, and you see a half-eyed cat, and now you're trying to kill that half-eyed cat.
Exactly.
Kind of.
For one, Liam Neeson, this isn't a fucking movie. You cannot.
This is not Taken.
This isn't Taken.
Right.
Taken
Now,
4.
I'm just letting you know, Liam Neeson. You know, you're out here. You're looking for random black guys.
Right.
You might fuck around and get your ass beat.
Exactly.
Just letting you know this. The tables might turn on you, and you might fucking get raped
Right.
by a black man
Now,
in the asshole.
This might be a white guy thing, but I
Right.
know when we were on our way here, Curt and I was talking about I want to get a gun just so someone could break into my house and I can go to work on him because I've been watching a lot of John Wick. So is Liam Neeson in his movies too much where he's like I want to go to work on
I think
somebody?
so. You know, Liam Neeson. All he makes now are Taken movies.
Yeah.
He's done like 3 Takens.
He's
He
Taken.
did Taken with Wolves.
He's
Then-
taking on a train now.
Taken on the train, right? And I think there was a Taken on the plane.
Taking on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
And then his next
And
movie
then-
is taking on the construction
Right.
site.
And then up into, and the crazy part is Liam Neeson decided to give this information out while he was promoting Taken in the Snow.
yeah, taking the snow, yeah.
Like, so, you know, maybe Liam Neeson, think about when you're going to give this information out. Don't offer it up when you're trying to promote
Remember,
another
you're a
Taken.
public figure.
Right. Like, remember that, you know, black people like Taken. I like Taken.
No, I look at it a little weird.
Now I can't look at it the same. Like, I don't know if you guys seen the movie Widows.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson was in Widows.
Yeah.
He was tonguing down Viola Davis.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, I can't even watch that the same
it
anymore
feels weird.
because all I think about is Liam Neeson out here searching for me because somebody
someone fucked
raped
up
his friend.
Right,
what the
supposedly
fuck?
raped his friend.
Jesus
And we-
Christ, Liam Neeson.
You know, again, we still got to put in that word,
Allegedly.
accused, allegedly, allegations, all that good old stuff, man. We don't know what she was telling this man and what his mindset was. You dig? He probably wanted to fuck her.
Yeah, he's a
And
white
then
knight. Fucking snowflake cuck ass.
Found out that she
motherfucker.
got hit, but she said it was a black man instead of his best friend. You dig what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ooh, maybe.
you dig what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Even in his case, when he said he was walking around looking for someone, even if you were doing that, he was still waiting for somebody to approach him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Secretly, he was waiting for somebody to try to rob him.
Yeah.
Or say something
That's
wrong.
the thing.
They
He's
could have
ready to
said
go
something
work.
wrong. Anything. He could have said, hello, mate.
Right.
Hello, mate. They could have said hello, and then he just would have stabbed him.
Boom.
That's all he
He's
wanted
one
to
of
do.
those
Just somebody
Or,
come up to
no,
him.
so that's the thing. So what he could have did is, so check this out. So you said the guy comes up and he says, hello, mate. And Liam Neeson, in his head, he's so filled with rage. He thinks that this guy done said, hey, mate, shoot me to fade.
Yeah.
And now,
Hey, mate.
and now he's squaring up on him.
Exactly.
You know?
Hello, mate. Hello, mate. I just raped you a bitch.
Right. You know, so Liam Neeson, he's hearing shit now.
He's seeing shit. Yeah, his mind is working. Yes.
So Jim,
Is Liam Neeson going to be a mass shooter? Is that what you're saying?
he could be.
Yeah.
He could be.
Dude on the edge, bro.
On
could
the
be.
edge, bro.
Man on the ledge.
Liam.
Ah.
I've seen that movie.
I don't know if Liam Neeson's in it, but he's next.
I don't know.
He should
To
be.
be honest with you, the only movies I know Liam Neeson in are Taken's.
Ain't it? You know what's kind of weird? Before Taken, he was like a romantic actor. He was in a lot of like weird drama.
Like those are the only
medieval
movies I know him
movies and
from.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
dude.
Yeah,
Star
just
Wars.
Taken. Like it's almost like Liam Neeson's career just started for me,
Yeah, dude.
and now I already got to get him out of here. Like,
Fuck. Rest in peace, Liam Neeson.
Jesus Christ, Liam Neeson, you fucked up, man. I couldn't wait for Taken in a Fire,
Yeah,
where he's a fireman,
Taken in space.
Trust me, you knew that was coming. You knew that was gonna come. You knew that was gonna come.
Taking in space.
But you know what? That's more so Will Smith's lane. Will Smith does all those Takens in space.
Taken
That's
in
what was that movie that terrible movie he put out with his son?
I can't even remember.
After Earth.
After
Yes,
Earth,
yeah. It's pretty much Taken in space.
Taken in
Yeah,
space,
pretty
yeah.
much.
Lockout was taken in
Right.
space.
Yeah.
I know you've seen Lockout.
So, Jim, how the Blackhawks doing?
Actually, they went to the game last night. Actually, they've been pretty shit all year, but like the past 2 months or so, they're starting to get their shit together. They're beating up on some shit teams. They won 8 games in a row, lost, and now they won last night. I think they're 2 points out of the playoff spot, but they've been pretty. They're gonna have a really nice turnaround because they were like last most of the year. But now they're finally turning around. Patrick Kane, Jonathan Taves are killing it. Corey Crawford's been hurt. They've had this new dude, Colin Delia, in, who's been up and down, but he's been decent. I don't know. They're just starting to play a little better now.
So
They're
I
not-
asked you that because I'm about to go on a little rant.
Okay.
Curt, the last time on our Lost
shit.
episode, that was before the trade deadline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Curt, I'm not a Bulls fan anymore. I'm done. I've given in my Bulls fan card. I will not be a Bulls fan until either John Paxson or Gar Forman.
Dude,
is
you should
fired.
go to a Hawks game, man. It's way cooler. We sat in literally the last row possible.
Isn't
in
it
the
cold?
very top. No, it's warm as fuck because heat rises. We were in the nosebleeds. But the thing is, with hockey, you could sit anywhere and you get a great seat. So we were sitting the very last. And listen, your dude's tall enough where I don't have to walk behind. And when you're the last row, you just jump over the last seat and just jump down into the fucking concourse and walk up around. So I wasn't having to say, excuse me, let me walk by. Excuse me, I was just hopping the fucking seat. We were right next to the bar. I was getting $10 shots of fucking Smirnoff all night, blowing. You know what? And then I realized they just check you for metal. If I get a water bottle and put it in my coat pocket, I could just fill that up with vodka and just fucking drink on my own. Put some candy. What am I doing? I could have been a cheap date the whole time. That's what I'm saying is we need to hit some more Blackhawks games. Fuck the Bulls. Don't go to no Bulls games. Don't support the Bulls.
Yeah,
Support the Blackhawks.
I can't do it anymore. After the trade deadline, the Bulls, I don't see where they're going. They have no idea what they're doing. What I would say, Otto Porter is a good player. He's good.
That's what I've heard, that he makes them a little bit more legitimate.
We're tanking.
You're tanking for Zion. For maybe you'll get him, but when you do get him, who the fuck's gonna coach him? Who's gonna help develop a superstar player?
We fired Tom Thibodeau to get Tom Thibodeau light.
Listen, that's my biggest thing. So you fire Tom Thibodeau because he's too tough. He's running your team into the ground. You bring in Fred Hoiberg. You never give Fred Hoiberg anything
No
that
chance.
he needs to.
Not even a good team.
You don't give him any. He's a spread it out 3-point kind of like a finesse type of coach. You don't give him any ball spacers. You bring in D Wade and Rondo towards the
Fred
end.
Hoiberg's second season gets Rondo
And Wade.
Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler.
So now you bring in him because the last guy's too hard. Then you fire him because he's not hard enough.
Right.
You bring in another fucking even more of a knucklehead. Then once you bring the knucklehead in, you trade for Otto Porter, who would have been great for Fred Hoiberg. And now you're trying to get Zion Williamson. Maybe you'll get him, but your reputation as a fucking organization throughout the league is so shit that nobody wants to come. So you're going to get Zion Williamson, and who's going to develop him?
But
Nobody.
The fact is, Curt, and I think I sent you this in a text. Chicago, third largest market in the NBA. There's LA, New York. LA has 2 teams. New York, 2 teams.
Yeah.
We're the only team for basketball in Chicago.
Nobody wants to come here.
John Paxson had the balls to get on the radio. We cannot get free agents. They do not want to come here. So if we're going to get star players. We have to draft them or trade for them.
Well, and fucking
which is why they traded for Otto Porter.
Jim Boylan went on the radio too, and he says, and they're like, well, what would you tell free agents to come here or something like that? He's like, we don't want anybody who doesn't want to work our way or something. He basically told them why not to come here.
Right.
The organization is so ass backwards, dude. It's a fucking joke.
Then beginning of the season, they signed Jabari Parker to 1+1. 1 year with a $20 million, which would total out to $40 million for the life of the contract.
Right.
They get him here. Jabari Parker, for one, I think he's had 2 torn ACLs.
You know what he looks like? He looks like a basketball player from the 90s or the 80s before workout.
Yes.
Before they were like ripped.
No, and I think I told you this, Curt. Jabari Parker reminds me of Carmelo.
Yeah.
They have the same kind of build.
There's nothing. Yeah, not an athlete.
The thing is, Jabari Parker's not a defensive player.
He said it the first week he was here. What did he say?
I'm not here. They don't pay me to play defense. So they signed him for $20 million. Fred Hoiberg moves him to the bench.
Right.
Then they fire Fred Hoiberg, and he falls out of the fucking rotation. But then every time they put him in the game, he rattles off 15 points. But then they'll put him right back on the bench for a fucking 7 straight games.
Fucking retards.
This team is a fucking joke.
Yeah. Dude.
They are.
And then they extend Boylan. Didn't they extend him for another year?
They extended him.
He's like a high school coach. Like his first week in, like he's like doing push-ups with the players and trying to like get them to be more tough and stuff. It's a fucking joke, dude.
He's a fucking joke.
But you know what? You know what that I was listening to. Somebody brought it up. The best thing that would happen for the Bulls is if Luke Walton got fired. How sick would it be to hire Luke Walton and bring that like Golden State type of mentality?
Thing is, man, it doesn't matter. Because
he didn't bring the Golden State mentality to Los Angeles.
If you look at the life of John Paxson, John Paxson has gone through at least 6 or 7 head coaches.
Yeah.
Name any other GM president that gets that many coaches
and still has his job.
Exactly.
Doesn't have to worry about it. Right. The Bulls are ran like a mom and pop shop.
Yeah,
it's like, well, I mean, it's the owners.
GM gets fired over basically nothing. Over suggestions.
Who is?
The Pelicans.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The Pelicans
fired
just
over
lost their guy.
Just making a suggestion. This dude, still got his job.
Yeah, he got fired for even thinking about trading Anthony Davis to the Lakers.
Well, his dumb ass also asked for 4 first-round picks.
But that's just a suggestion,
when the Lakers were literally going to trade their whole team.
Asking and receiving are 2 different things, man. I can ask for a whole bunch of shit, but I don't get them. Don't mean I should be fired.
When there's one team that's in the market. AD came out and said like he wants to go to LA, and LA is literally saying, "Okay, we'll give you all this." If you're going to keep countering them, they're literally bidding against themselves.
Exactly,
that's pointless for them. Yes. So that's why I hope that's why he got fired.
I think there's more to
so
that.
He couldn't. I think,
and this is just what I'm assuming. I think that he was falling under the pressure. I think from what Steven from Screaming A. Smith says, he stated that other like GMs and coaches in the NBA were calling the Pelicans GM and telling him, if you trade Anthony Davis to the Lakers, we're going to blackball you. Oh. Nobody wants to do basically the same offer from what I've heard. The same offer that was up for Anthony Davis, that the Lakers were offering for Anthony Davis, was the same offer that my San Antonio Spurs got offered for that snake Kawhi Leonard.
Oh shit!
The exact same offer, but Greg Popovich
said no.
Has the fucking big fucking balls.
Yeah,
just said fuck you.
That's why he's always wearing those baggy pants.
Fuck you. I'm not. yeah. Fucking Coach Pop. Coach Pop. He said fuck you. I will not trade him to the fucking Lakers. You all are gonna have to fucking. Kawhi is gonna go to another country before I sit back here and send him to LA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because they're in the same conference, but that's a different fucking. East and West, I would much rather trade him somewhere you're not going to play him very often.
Yeah, I can see that. But you also got to think, if you're offering pretty much half your team, and I'm pretty sure they were going to, because from what I've heard, the Lakers were down for giving them picks. It's just the Pelicans didn't want to. He just didn't do it. They were down for the picks. They were like, all right, cool. We'll give you all these picks. We'll give you Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, Zubac, and we'll even throw in somebody. They were going to literally give them maybe like 5 or 6 players,
for one dude.
3 first-round picks for one guy.
Oh my goodness.
But the Pelicans no, fuck you.
And they're hoping that maybe in the offseason they'll get a better deal than that.
I don't even think they care about the deal. I just think they're not going to send him to the Lakers. now.
We could talk about it. It's the fun part.
No, the thing is, and this is the thing about LeBron.
See, the thing about that, bro, you can't stop super teams if the players are getting better. That's the problem. You got to understand, the NBA has expanded, okay? So you got a lot of great players that's coming in and out of this NBA form. They have no other choice but to play together. These years are gone when you got one to possibly two good players on each team.
Those days are done.
Those are done. You're going to have 4 or 5 all-star players on a team. It doesn't matter. You cannot stop it. So all this super team shit, they can go ahead and sweep that under the rug because
I think
you cannot go without a team
How many
anymore without 3. Your starting 5 going to be all-star starters.
Right.
Regardless of what team you on.
You're starting 5 on one team, but those 5 people. So I mean, on another team, they might have scrubs. I mean, the parity in the NBA, I don't think is.
That's the deadline.
But
stories builds the NBA up.
Right.
It's the stories around it. So right now, the games so far this year, I couldn't tell you that the games have been great this year, but the trade deadline. This is like I think they said maybe like 20 trades happened on deadline day.
Yeah.
That's the most in years.
Man.
So, and the reason that happens is because LeBron was in the East for so long. LeBron gets out the East, all the teams in the East are down. Okay, fuck it, let's load up. Let's load up. So that's the thing. The stories around the NBA is kind of what makes it popular. The games, not so much. But the thing is really when trades come, when you look at like super teams, they don't actually come together by trades. Really.
It's like free agency.
It's free agency.
Yeah.
Like when Miami got together, when LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, that was all free agency.
Yeah.
The Warriors are actually they were actually homegrown. The only guy that came there in free agency was Durant.
Yeah, dude, that's the beauty about the Warriors. All of them are homegrown.
Right. The only one that came there was Durant. Yeah. They had a championship before him, and Durant probably ended up leaving this year anyway.
Right, but again, to his point.
Well, I would say like the LeBron case, like even with Miami, it was more so of the people he requested.
He didn't request nobody.
They say LeBron like builds the people.
No, so this is the thing. So in Miami, LeBron didn't have that power that he had in Cleveland. So when LeBron was in Miami, Eric Spoelstra was the coach. LeBron wanted Pat Riley to be the coach.
Yeah.
And he wanted Eric Spoelstra to get fired. And he went to Pat Riley, and this is a true story from Pat Riley. LeBron went, asked Pat Riley, hey, don't you ever get the itch to ever come down and coach again? And Pat Riley looked LeBron in his face and said, nope, I'm itch-free. This is your coach. Learn to live with him.
Really?
One of the reasons why, from what they say, that LeBron left Miami was because having in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Because in Cleveland, LeBron could bring, his entourage on the team playing. Yeah. He was in control of the rosters. Like when LeBron wanted players to go, they go. When LeBron wanted a coach to go, they go. Like if you look at it, the only that didn't fire was Miami.
Yeah.
Miami was stable. When LeBron's first year back in Cleveland, the coach is gone.
Right.
Yeah, you never really heard of like roster issues and shit like that in Miami.
No, because
it's all drama.
Because Miami is from the top down
structured.
It's structured, and everybody knew. Even though, however good LeBron was, it's Dwayne Wade.
It's Pat Riley.
It's Pat Riley. It's Eric Spoelstra. Dwayne Wade. LeBron's under Wade in the pecking order.
Right.
So you're not calling shots. But when LeBron gets to Cleveland, he can kind of, he could jumble up the teams. If he gets frustrated, we got to get everybody the fuck out of here.
Right. Oh, clean house.
Literally last year, he traded the whole fucking team.
Right.
The second half of the year, they had an entirely different team.
I completely forgot Isaiah Thomas was a thing until a week ago when they said he's coming back.
LeBron traded him. So then when you look at what happened with the Lakers, LeBron has come in. And this is the only thing I have with LeBron. He knew what he was getting into with the Lakers. Right. He knew the team. Yeah. He knew the coach. He came here anyway. LeBron preached that he knew it was going to be a process with this young team. 5 games into the season, LeBron is like, I have to learn patience. Not even 10 games, 5 games in, LeBron's already saying, I have to get more patient. Now, of course, LeBron gets hurt every year. He takes, some time off.
A sabbatical.
Right. And all of a sudden now, the Lakers are panicking. the panic is on them now.
Right.
Oh man, well, shoot, we gotta get these people out because they know LeBron's only there for 4 years, maybe.
And he's already
maybe
34?
with the groin thing that happened. This is the longest LeBron's ever been out for a stretch.
Right.
The most games he's ever missed. LeBron's getting older, so I think LeBron's definitely in his upper 30s.
Yeah. It's supposed to just maybe
Right.
32,
Right.
3, something like that.
I think he's a little bit
older than that
yeah.
now?
Yeah, I think he might be a little bit older than that.
Okay.
And you think like, so if the Lakers don't make,
I'm sorry.
see the dog, she likes those dogs.
See,
Look, she's
as Greg's talking, we're watching Highly Questionable.
she's on it.
And the dog is watching dogs running on the TV.
Yes, she's on it. Yeah,
That's great.
they're lucky.
I'm
They're
sorry.
lucky. Luckily, I have her well trained. She would have tried to jump through the TV.
You know what they say back in the day, because like TVs, like the refresh rate was so slow, like dogs, their eyes couldn't keep up with it, so it would just be like a flashing image to them. But now the TVs, their refresh is so fast, their eyes can
See,
keep
this
up.
I always have. I know we were talking about LeBron or whatever, but that's always the thought. I always want to know, well, how these people know this shit about these animals. They don't know what these animals are capable of. Number one,
They're
the
able
brain
to cut their
capacities.
eyes. They can cut their eyes open.
Cutting their eyes open does not. They're not alive if you cut their eyes open. So how you gonna tell me what my eyes can see if it's
Kurt,
cut out of my face?
Have you ever talked? First of all, I know you've seen Wild Wild West, and they did that in the movie, and I know you know.
That's
what
a
I'm talking
movie. There we go again.
Second of all-
Don't tell me something that's
second-
not actual fact.
Wild Wild West, Taken in the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about.
We've all talked to our
got
dogs.
a dog,
We've-
Miss Jelly. You trying to tell me some scientist said because of the TV's bit rate that she wouldn't be able to see it because her eyes wasn't strong enough to see it, or the TV was moving too fast?
Have you ever?
How they know this without looking through the dog's eyes? How they know this?
My Aunt Karen talks to her dog, and the dog talks back, and they have conversations. The dog tells her. I'm sure that. Have you ever? I talk to my cats. I'm sure you talk to your dogs.
I once saw a woman speak to the sky, and she thought she was talking to Michael Jackson.
You see what I'm saying?
What's talking about, man?
Have you seen Dr. Doolittle? Have you seen the second
Yeah,
one?
you still talking about?
Have you seen
You
Dr.
talking about
Doolittle too?
television
Have you seen?
shows, man.
Have you seen the documentary Dr. Doolittle
You
where he was
about
talking to animals?
television shows,
He's
man.
talking to animals.
Anyway.
Jim, talking about documentaries. Before we go, I did want to get this out.
Oh yeah, man.
Jim, did you see the documentary for the Fire Festival?
For the what?
For the
Fire
Fire
Festival.
Festival.
I wanted to see that so bad. No, I did not.
man.
Now,
God, I wanted to see it so bad.
now, I told Kurt.
Fuck, that reminds me. I need to watch
Now,
when I get home.
word for word, I send Kurt a text message. I'm like, yo, Kurt, watch this documentary. Good documentary. Kurt texts me back. Nah, man, I'm not gonna watch this documentary because you be on bullshit. I'm like, Kurt, I would never tell you to watch something, if it's not good.
Right.
I would never tell you that. Kurt's like, all right, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna call you back. I'm thinking Kurt's gonna, take his time, maybe call me.
I'll call him in a couple days. Yeah.
Kurt calls me the exact same night.
Yeah.
And Kurt has told me that was the best fucking documentary I've seen in his fucking life.
Boy, I tell you, man, that
Jim,
motherfucker. Boy.
literally, there was a man that said he was prepared to suck a dick for water.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
The man got convinced to prepare himself to suck somebody else's dick
For the juices
for
inside
some
the dick.
water. $175,000 water.
So I'll break it down. So
I know of the Fire Fest.
Yes.
I know the debacle.
So it was basically a festival created by some guy in Ja Rule.
Ja Rule.
And supposedly the guy, he bought an island that Pablo Escobar owned.
Ooh.
And he bought this island. They were going to throw this big music festival,
Right.
and good music was going to be there, and Blink
food.
182 was going to be there. Food, there was going to be women. They shot this big promo with all these models and shit. And it turned out that the guy, for one, he didn't have money. And two, the island that Pablo Escobar owned, the people, when they gave it to him, specifically told him, do not say it was Pablo Escobar's island.
Right.
So they lost that island.
Oh shit.
So they had to get another island. And now the festival is kicking up.
Right.
People are buying tickets off of this promo that they shot with models. So tickets are being bought. They're putting up these promos on their Instagram page. And, the guy basically has an island that doesn't have toilets.
Man.
No
electricity.
no toilets,
Jesus.
no electricity,
No Wi-Fi,
no housing,
no
no Wi-Fi,
no water.
nothing.
And it's like it's
No
an event.
water.
You
Yes.
just let people stay.
And this guy is literally going to investors and telling them, invest in my festival, give me money. Drake is going to be here. I need money for Drake. And people are giving him money. People are giving him money for the festival just to keep it going.
Right.
Some people aren't even getting paid that's working on it.
Right.
Oh my god.
And they even said that the guy that kind of started everything up, when it would get like really hectic, he would just hop on a 4-wheeler and just drive off. Just get away for a while.
That's awesome.
Right.
So the day of the festival come, everybody's kind of flying in. And they take all these young people to a random restaurant and just leave. And these people are on like fucking yellow school buses.
These are like rich kids too. These are not people who are not used to this.
Yes, these are rich kids that spent money to fly from
a
wherever they're from
destination,
to Miami
yeah.
to get on. For one, the plane that they came to, whatever island they were on, looked like a fucking broke down shitty. It looked like there was duct tape holding the shit together.
It's from World War II.
Right. So they're here, and this guy literally set up tents with air mattresses.
Right.
And
Which is
they're
night
supposed
before, the 2 nights before, got soaking wet. In the
Yes,
storm.
a big rainstorm came down, so the air mattresses are soaked. And no food, minimal water, and they gave them cheese sandwiches.
So how long until society breaks down and they started killing each other
Immediately.
and eating each other?
Immediately.
Everybody
Everybody
was
went to survive. Everybody went to survival mode. Nobody took the time to try to help and figure out what was going on. People on the scavenge for mattresses, trying to find tents, trying to find shelter. They leave. Oh, but yeah.
Oh, no, fuck yeah.
100%.
He was like, every man for themselves, just go get you a tent. He ain't like direct them or nothing. He just said, go get you a tent. And everybody just went crazy and tried to get to the first tent.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah,
But that's how society's going.
I was gonna say that's like a nice little kind of microscopic view of what it would be like if society ever breaks down.
Exactly.
There ain't no fucking commune. We're hippies. We're animals.
That would've
Once we stop surviving, then we stop.
There would have been a
living.
perfect opportunity for these people to get together and work together when all they did was try to survive.
It was just
That's
you become
it.
an animal.
They became animals immediately.
Or kind of like post-apocalyptic taking Mad Max.
Dude, hey, right? I see it.
We're out here, every man for himself.
Well, that's the thing. Like going deeper into it, it's like as society is. Once we stopped surviving, that's when society started we started living and innovating. But when you're always in survival mode, you ain't looking ahead past tomorrow. You're looking at that next meal. You're looking to survive and shit. But once we're comfortable, once I know you're the meat guy and I know you're gonna be my meat guy, I'm gonna be the dude who does the fucking blankets and all that shit. Once you get a society going, then all of a sudden we gotta worry about survival. Now we can start moving. Now we can start fucking populating the earth and overpopulating the earth. And next thing you know, we got fucking space shuttles and we're going to Mars, guys. We're fucking going to Mars and we're doing the same thing.
Kind of like Gilligan's Island.
You know what? I like Gilligan's Island.
No,
Redhead.
yeah.
Speaking of redheads.
Yeah, Ginger.
Yeah, Ginger.
Yeah.
I was
the original.
more of a, wasn't it Marianne? I was
Marianne.
more of a Marianne guy myself.
That's what I
Even
figured.
though some episodes, Mrs. Howe was looking pretty good.
Jesus.
Mrs. Howe was looking, she was looking all right, fairly well.
Yeah.
You seem like a
Old school.
old type of girl.
She was a gilf.
Ugh.
You know,
I know who you're talking about. That's gross.
yeah, but yeah, Mrs. Howe.
This come from the same guy who says Roseanne
Hey,
has some moments.
wait, some moments, some moments,
Right.
some moments. Like there's a season. I think it was kind of around the season when the boyfriend moved in. David. When he
Oh
moved
yeah,
in.
yeah.
I think it was around
Big
that
Bang
time.
Theory, buddy.
Yeah, I think it was kind of around. I think it may have been around that time.
I
A
got
little
you.
bit. Now the thing is, how can you look down on me when John Goodman and Tom Arnold they're over here? They're
Yeah,
kissing
like-
Roseanne on the mouth.
Yeah,
They're
fighting
kissing,
over her.
Roseanne at her lowest of lows. on the mouth.
Yeah.
Come
Tom
on, man.
Arnold was
Come on.
married to her, right?
You're looking at me strange, but fucking John Amos kissed Esther Roll on the mouth. Florida Evans. Come on, man. Look, you will not shame me. This is how it was all right. She wasn't bad. Hey, what can I say?
You can't go wrong with Ginger. Well, I'm just saying. You can't go wrong with the Ginger.
Well, word on the street was the professor was knocking them all down.
Really?
Probably so.
Yeah, Definitely Gilligan wasn't fucking nothing.
Gilligan.
but the professor, he was hitting the mark.
Oh, I guarantee Gilligan was probably the only one fucking.
Yeah.
I don't think Gilligan was fucking nothing. They weren't giving Gilligan no pussy because he kept him on the island.
It was his name on the fucking show.
Yeah, it was his name on the show, but the reason they gave him the show was because he fucked it up all the time. Right when they were this close to getting off the island, Gilligan would fuck it up.
Yeah.
He would always fuck it up. Like the Harlem Globetrotters get on the island.
Right.
They're over here, they're doing tricks, showboating and shit.
Exactly.
Fucking Gilligan fucks it up.
Yeah.
Now the Harlem Globetrotters are gone.
Right.
Come on.
But
Like,
they still on the island though.
Right. It's like,
The
right.
Harlem
So,
Globetrotters showed up a lot.
right. So it's kind of like, right. I think the Harlem Globetrotters was on Scooby Doo.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That was
everywhere.
How was that back then? Were the Harlem Globetrotters really that popular?
I mean, I don't remember a lot about the Globetrotters though. Be
It
honest
was
with you.
a lot of cocaine. It was a very
A
very blurry part in his life.
Yeah.
A lot of cocaine.
I don't remember too much about the Harlem Globetrotters.
They were on everything. Yeah.
They were on everything, that's for sure.
Right. But
Curly Neal, I remember
so it's
Curly
almost
Neal.
like this. Ginger is ready to give, Gilligan some pussy,
Yeah.
So now Gilligan's like, oh man, I wonder, if the carpet matches the drapes.
Oh, right.
So
I haven't seen her dye
right.
her hair.
Yeah, exactly. So now, so Ginger's about to get ready to do it, and then the professor's like, "Look, the boat is ready to go. I have a motor, all set. Look, Gilligan, just hold this wrench right here. It's the only wrench we got,
And he can't do it.
Right? If you lose it, I can't tighten the bolts, and the motor's not going to work.
And then he pulls her pants down and she's shaved. How
Right.
the fuck is
And
she?
then
And now we'll never know.
Gilligan drops the fucking wrench.
No, we don't know.
It's lost in the sand, and now she's like, "Yep, I'm gonna go fuck the professor right now. Actually, I'm gonna go fuck the skipper." And, Gilligan, you could go back in your little hut and
Let's go jerk off and watch
yeah,
this.
jerk off and have some fun. All right, so Curt, last words.
Words of wisdom, Curt. We already had some earlier that I already forgot, but they were good.
You go ahead, Jimmy. I got to think about
Religion. What did he say? Religion.
No, I said
Did you say
survival, land,
religion?
and religion.
Socialism?
Survival, land,
Okay.
and religion is what ends society. Is that what you
That
said?
sounds like a tagline for Survivor.
Survivor, land, religion.
Yeah.
Coming.
Oh, I think that was
October
almost. I think there
2019.
was like a season like that. I think there was a season like that.
All right, yeah. That's it. Survival, land, religion. Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Kurt,
Come on,
come on,
Curt.
Kurt, you gotta come through in the clutch.
Man,
You look like LeBron out here, Kurt. You ain't coming through in the clutch for me. Come on, Kurt.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you right now. And I'm gonna be honest with you. As
Oh boy.
look at you guys.
No, go ahead.
All right. People out here, take care of your mental health, man. It's serious. It's serious as it is as we make our ways through life. Try to figure things out. Because regardless of the fact, everything is still new to us, man. I don't know. I don't care what you say, how much you think you know, what you do, whatever you consider yourself. You got to make sure you're mentally stable out here, man. And it's real, man. It creep up on you. You want to deny it. You keep denying it. Don't deny it.
That's true.
Shout out to Robin Williams.
Yeah.
man.
I don't know the number for the suicide prevention hotline, but hashtag.
Yeah. Hashtag suicide prevention hotline. Hashtag mental health. Hashtag RIP Robin Williams.
Hashtag
stay strong R. Kelly. Hashtag. Hashtag.
I know that dude came out with that song. That Logic came out with the song with the number. Didn't work. I already forgot the
I don't
number.
really like Logic. Every song he's talking about how he's biracial.
Really?
Yeah, every song.
I didn't even know that.
Every song. He has a song called Keanu Reeves, and he's figured out a way to slip it in that he's half black.
Keanu Reeves is half black?
No, Logic is.
Oh, I was gonna say Keanu Reeves is that's John Wick.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
You can't fuck with John Wick.
So let me ask you a question. So when you're like old and great, Jim, and your kids are sitting on your lap, and they say, "Hey, I heard about this guy named Keanu Reeves. What's he famous for?" You're gonna say that's fucking Neo from the Matrix, or you're gonna say that's the one he was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, or you're gonna say he's John Wick.
I'm gonna say that's the dude from Scanner Darkly.
I have no clue what that is.
Rent it. It's a great movie. Great movie. Scanner Darkly. It's got Robert Downey Jr., Woody Harrelson, fucking Keanu Reeves.
Iron Man?
Yeah, dude. Peep that. That's what I'm leaving you guys with. Go rent a Scanner Darkly, and then see me next week and let me know. Boom.
Don't even really know how to spell that.
Just say it into your remote.
That shit doesn't work.
God damn it.
All right. Drink your water, people. Mental health, mental health, mental health. And Jim, you got anything?
No, Ken, you got anything?
Ken, you got anything?
Cool.
Okay. Well, before I let you guys out of here, have a good one.